In this video, we'll be looking at typical Canadian food and snacks, and we'll be doing it through different TikToks. So I hope it'll be somewhat accurate. If it's not, if you have anything to add, let me know in the comments below. So anyways, we'll be finding out what some typical Canadian food items and snacks are, and really looking forward to seeing this. So let's just go ahead and get started.
As a Canadian who eats for a living, these are my personal top 5 Canadian things to eat. Starting at number 5 is Mary Brown's. Founded in St. John's, Newfoundland. What I love about Mary Brown's is their chicken is always fresh, never frozen. So I find even their white meat is tender and juicy. At number 4 is all dressed chips and ketchup chips. And Covered Bridge from New Brunswick makes some of the crispiest chips I've ever had. They're definitely one of my favorite Canadian chip brands. But at number 4 is Beaver Tails. It's just one of those things you need to try when you come to Canada. It's literally fried pastry dough with your favorite sweet toppings of choice. What's there not to like? And at number 2 is the iconic poutine. Freshly fried fries, cheese curds, and gravy. This is comfort food at its finest. But at number 1 for me is Tim Hortons. And this is why. Around the world, especially in China, Tim Hortons is a symbol of Canadian culture. I mean, the Tim Hortons we went to in China even had a maple tree in the middle of it. And back home in Canada, it's a place for communities to come together to meet, share a meal together, or even share a few cups of coffee together. As a Canadian...
Yeah, I wanted to let it run through before reacting, but that all looks so good. Like this chicken, first of all, that's a big piece of chicken. I don't know if that's just more regular in Canada, because in the Netherlands where I'm from, usually it's smaller, but maybe portion sizes just in general are bigger in Canada. That looks really good. Is that gravy or something? What is that? I don't think he said it right.
So I find even their white meat is tender and juicy. And number 4 is all...
Yeah, is that gravy? 'Cause I have no experience with dipping chicken in gravy or anything, because that's not really a thing where I'm from. But that could be really good, because we do eat gravy like for dinner with potatoes. And what is all dressed chips? Is that that's a flavor? What is all dressed? What does that mean? Because I've never heard of that. Ketchup chips, I did taste actually, because we also have some in the Netherlands. I don't know, did it start in Canada then? Is that like a typical Canadian thing? It's not my favorite, but I'm not really a big chips fan in general. Like, I'm really more into sweets, and I never really crave chips for some reason. But then the beaver tail, that seems really good to me, because I'm into sweets. And yeah, dough with some kind of sweet topping sounds perfect, because I do like bread-like things. But first, like when I heard beaver tail, before seeing this video, my boyfriend had mentioned it, but he hadn't said what it was, and I looked it up because I want my reactions to be real. And I was like, beaver tail? Do you eat literally a tail of a beaver? But this sounds really good, and I'm definitely trying that. And then poutine was also something my boyfriend had mentioned. He's from America, by the way, and he knew I was gonna make this video, and he was like, you'll come across poutine. And so I had no idea what that meant. And I honestly, with that one, I was like, this could be anything to me. I have no idea. But so it's fries with gravy and cheese curds. I'm not sure what curds are. Does that mean they're like cheese, just like pieces in there? I'm not sure what that means, but it looks good, and I definitely want to try that as well. Now, I must say, I'm not a huge like into sauces either, and just too much stuff, like too much butter or something on something. So I don't know how well I would take this, but it does sound nice and really comforting to eat. Yeah, and then Tim Hortons, if you saw my video reacting to Canadian culture shocks, then you know I did not have a clue what Tim Hortons was. Fortunately, now I do, and that was really embarrassing. But anyways, there was some controversy, I think, about whether or not Tim Hortons is Canadian, because I think something about it being taken over by other business owners or something like that. Let me know in the comments if you're from Canada what you think about this. Now we'll look into some supposedly iconic foods from every province, because I was really interested in, yeah, what every province's food item might be. So we're gonna find out. And once again, if you don't agree or happen to have another standpoint, then let me know in the comments below.
Food to come out of each Canadian province and territory. Named after the Vancouver Island city, the Nanaimo bars have a chocolatey coconut base, custard in the middle, more chocolate on top, a delicious dessert from BC.
That seems really good. With this one, I think
Dessert from BC.
I'm just gonna pause it because there will be so many things mentioned. Not, what did he say? I don't know how to pronounce this. Nanaimo bars, I think, is how you say it. A chocolatey coconut base with custard and more chocolate. That sounds really good. I really love chocolate and coconut, so give me that.
Coconut base, custard in the middle, more chocolate on top, a delicious dessert from BC. Moose run rampant across the entire country, and the Yukon is no different. I went straight up moose meat with onions for the Yukon.
Now, moose meat is something I would have to get into, because I don't know, it's weird. When I say it, it doesn't make sense at all. It's like certain meats, when I've never eaten them before, then I start to think about, wait, this is actually an animal, and then I can't eat it for some reason. And I know that sounds really hypocritical because I'm not vegan. But for example, when I'd never eaten duck and I tried eating it, it didn't really go well for me, and I just kept seeing a duck in my mind, and then I just couldn't eat it, and I've never really eaten it since. So I don't know, it's really weird, because I know, like, yeah, every meat comes from an animal, but I guess when it's just something I haven't regularly eaten throughout my life, it just throws me off. But you can't knock it till you try it, and it must be really good if it's such a big thing.
Albertans love their cattle farms, so I went with a grass-fed beef steak for Alberta. Just like moose meat, you're gonna see.
Yeah, that makes me think of this Canadian show that I watched, Heartland. I brought it up in, I don't know what video, but also a video about Canada. I think Canada versus Australia. And yeah, I just know of Alberta because of that show. And in that show, they had a cattle ranch. So that makes sense in my head that he would pick that.
Bannock all across the country, different interpretations, different recipes on how to cook it or fry bread. But for the Northwest Territories, you can't go wrong with a big plate.
What is bannock though? I have no idea. Is it like bread? Like little breads? Is there something in it? I don't know. If you know, then please enlighten me.
Bannock. Pierogies and Saskatoon berry pierogies for Saskatchewan. The Ukrainian heritage is big in Saskatchewan and Manitoba too, so you gotta give them a nod for Saskatchewan.
It looks like a dumpling, a dough, like bread, like a dumpling. Yeah, with sweet fillings. I've never heard of these either, if you can't tell. But if that's the case, that sounds really nice. And I would definitely try that.
Cabbage rolls could have been in there, sauerkraut, that sort of thing, but pierogies are number one. Pemmican is a mix of dried bison meat, berries, nuts, pretty much anything you have on hand. They make it up into pieces, and the Métis people love it, I guess. Manitoba, that's a big thing. Pemmican, a lot of cool traditional
Hammock. So you mix up meat with berries and stuff? That's very creative. Never heard of that before.
Inuit food. From Nunavut, you could go with caribou, you could go with seal. But from what I've found, Arctic char seems to be one of the biggest ones there. Very diverse. You can dry it, you can smoke it, you can cook it up in the
So that's fish? Is it?
oven. You can ferment it, do a ton of things with it. So Arctic char from
Arctic
Nunavut.
char,
You might come
never
after
heard
me
that.
for not putting a beaver tail from Ontario, but I've never eaten a beaver tail, and I've eaten a lot of butter tarts, a top tier dessert, and they were first made in Ontario. You can throw some raisins in there, some pecans on the top, whatever you like, but definitely another great dessert to add in with the Nanaimo bars.
That sounds really good.
But
And I've also never had it, never seen it before. But that looks so good. Butter tarts. Gotta make a list or something of these so that I know what to try when I come to Canada. And if there's anything that is not mentioned in these videos that you think someone should really try when they go to Canada, then definitely let me know as well.
definitely another great dessert to add in with the Nanaimo bars. For Quebec, there's no question it has got to be the poutine. Crispy
There we
French
have
fries,
poutine.
cheese curds from a dairy farm in Quebec, I'm guessing, and covered all in gravy makes for one heck of a meal. Just like with the pemmican and bannock, there may be different interpretations to it, but there's no doubt Newfoundland and Labrador, the meal to have there is Jig's dinner. Which there are variations, like I said, but it consists of salt beef, typically, potatoes, turnips, carrots, as well as peace pudding and some sort of dessert afterward.
Yeah, that seems kind of similar actually to what the standard meal is in the Netherlands. Like potatoes, meat, vegetables. Yeah, usually there'll be cooked potatoes or mashed. So this looks pretty similar, but then some added stuff on there. We very basic people, I guess, in the Netherlands. Like, the dinners are very basic, like the typical standard dinners. It seems like in Canada they do add more stuff.
But it can vary from house to house. For Prince Edward Island, there were so many potato recipes to choose from. This province is known for their spuds, but I couldn't pick just one, so I went with just the PEI potato in general, and you can use your imagination there. Lobsters are plentiful in Atlantic Canada, and in Nova Scotia, they love their lobster rolls, so that's their iconic food. I've never tried it, but I guess it's
I've never had a lobster roll either. I'm not really big into lobster or fish in general. Just some certain types of fish I like, but there's not that much that I really like when it comes to like fish.
Canadian classic. A cream of fennel head soup is a classic in New Brunswick. Which of these food items have you tried?
Wait, what is fiddlehead soup? I need more explanation, so help me out if you know. Now we'll be looking at some Canadian snacks.
Trying Canadian snacks that I've never tried before. I'm gonna be starting with the ketchup chips because I've been really wanting to try them, but I've been holding back for this video.
What's the smell?
It smells like ketchup.
Can I-
It smells like ketchup.
It actually does. And Canadian.
He is Canadian. Taste test.
Like vinegary.
That's not what I expected.
Really?
I thought it would just be like tomatoes. Why is it vinegary? I'll give this 7 out of 10. I want to try candy next, but I don't know which one. Yeah, let's try your favorite.
Coffee crisp.
Coffee crisps. Crisp. There's just one. Do I just bite into it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
It's like coffee, and then it's like
It's like whisper.
it like decrescendos. I'll give this 8.5 out of 10.
I feel like my sister would really like this because she likes all things coffee flavored.
These are Ruffles all dressed. I don't know what that means.
Mm.
America, we don't have that. They're all naked. Oh, I don't like that. Oh. 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Yeah. Okay, I'm
I
gonna
still
try
don't know what that means. What is all dressed?
gummy next. I'm gonna do the Swedish berries because Anthony tells me that those are his favorite. I can't really taste it.
What?
I'll do a 7 out of 10. Mars bar. I think I've tried this in a McFlurry in London, and I liked it, but I don't think I've tried the actual.
Is Mars a Canadian thing, like originally? Because we definitely have them in the Netherlands. I didn't see them in the US, I think, though. If I recall correctly. But I love a Mars. But I now wonder if the Canadian Mars is different then. Does it taste different than the ones I had? I have no idea.
Candy bar. Oh my god, the Swedish berry's still in my mouth. Let's go. Oh, it's kind of like the Musketeers.
I've never had a musketeer.
You never had a Musketeer? This is really good.
Right.
I want to do an 8.5 as well. I'm sorry,
Oh
coffee
shit!
Chris.
I respect your wrong opinion.
Oh, that's all right. Maple syrup cookies. I tried these before, like, because Anthony brought them to me like 2 years ago. 3 years
Yeah.
ago?
And
Like
your
2 years
family
ago?
gobbled that up.
Yeah, I lied. It was just me. I just remember them being really good. I don't remember it, to be honest, though. I think, like, Trader Joe's has some. They taste like a warm hug. I give these like a 9 out of 10, or 9.5 maybe. The plan is that we're gonna make these into ice cream in our Ninja Creamer. So, let me know if you want a video out of that.
No.
I lied. These are...
That sounds really good. Also, I don't really know what's in those maple cookies. Like the filling. It seemed like they had a filling, right? Is it like a cream? Is it kind of like an Oreo? But the outside the cookies are maple cookies? Is it that kind of vibe? Sounds really nice though. I want to try it now.
Anthony's favorites. They're one of those. I love peach flavored things, so I think I'm gonna like this one.
Right.
A hint of perfume, but other than that, really good. What did I give the Swedish berries? I gave it a 7, right? I lied. I'm gonna give this a 6.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna give this a 7.5. Oh, Henry! Peanut paste? Oh, yeah, she is.
Yes.
Look at her.
That was like a dookie.
I should call him. Oh. Ew. It's kind of like a payday. I could be wrong.
I did have a payday when I was in the US. I really liked those. Even though Snickers was never my favorite candy bar, I would usually just kind of not eat them because I really enjoy Mars a lot more. But for some reason, the payday ones I liked more. I don't know why. Maybe I just evolved, and if I had a Snickers now, I would like it more. I have no idea. But that seemed good.
I'll give this 8 out of 10. We're all very high on the roster, to be honest.
She loves a nut.
Yeah. Oh. So do you. And this is Arrow. It has bubbles in it, supposedly. And that intrigued me very much. I have
Wait.
trypophobia, though, so...
We have these in the Netherlands. If it looks like the same thing, but we call them bos. That's crazy. Is that just the same thing with a different name? And who started it?
I can't look at the holes for too long, but...
It looks a little bit darker or something, but it's the same idea.
Oh, is this? I'm about to say, this is not milk chocolate. This is dark chocolate. 8 out of 10.